short time here. There we are. We are live at this moment, and this is what we ran for a very short time as people join us. This is where if Nick or Pax is here, he generally entertains us.
Oh, no entertainment tonight.
Not unless you want to be the entertainment.
I don't know what I'd say.
Well, can't help you there. Yes. So, I'm logged on. There.
Is that what I want to hit?
No, I don't want you to hit anything. I don't want you to touch anything.
Okay.
We'll change it as soon as it's time to go. Like I said, Pax generally entertains us with his dancing as we get everything together and stuff. So, because here's our clock down there.
Oh, sure.
So as we get going,
Oh, you're going to shut the shop?
the shop, yeah, I thought I did part of it.
Well, what?
I got part of it done. And the question is, do you have your phone on silent? And my phone's silent, and, whoops, that's the part I forgot to do. Okay. That part is ready. Now, finish helping you. Come on, there we go. So that way you can see here, and you can see what you've typed right there.
Yeah.
And so that's, well, I'll move it here because you'll have to change all of that.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, based on that, I think we're ready. Oh, looks like we've got everything set up. Quilting Grandma 222 has joined us, along with Chris, Lucy, Gwen, Kaylin. Oh, good to see everyone. Oh, and it's cold today. Right, 82. Tell us about it when we're at minus 10 or whatever it is that we'll get to this winter. So glad to see everyone. And I know that we'll get a few more that join us, and I know some that said they were going to watch, but they didn't know how to log in or wasn't going to log in. But those that are watching and you do not know how to log in to do the ordering through the chat, send us your order via text. The number is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Just send us a text to that number. But I will let you know that I don't read them until tomorrow morning. That by the time I get done, I'm off doing other things. But text to the number 605-423-3464, and it will roll across the screen through the whole show so that we can get your order there. Excuse me. So with that, wow, we're getting some people watching us. Hi, Karen, glad you joined us. Nice to see you. Actually, you know what I mean. Anyway, what I wanted to show off is the quilt behind me before we get started. And this is one, I think I've showed it to you before. If nothing else, I've showed you the fabrics. And tonight we're running an extra special on it because we're almost out of the kits. I'd like to get them moved so that we can get some of our new stuff hung up. And so this was made out of the group of whites that we've shown before, that there's a whole bunch of different white on whites, all the white on whites, and then the light gray. The kit makes the quilt 52 or 53 by 62, and the kit is normally $99, but our special tonight for you, and like I said, I have 3, there might be 4 left of these, and tonight we have it for $64. Otherwise, we've been running a sale on them in the store because, like I said, the store is little, so I need to move stuff to make room for some new stuff that I'm working on, and so I have a new space. If you don't want to make the quilt, because some of you may not want to, it's got all those beautiful whites on there, and that is really a good buy because there's just over 7 yards in this kit. So that keeps the fabric down to about $9 a yard. So that's a really good buy, even if it's not the actual quilt that you want to make. Buy the white on whites and put them in something else, because like I said, it's a very good buy with that yardage. Now the other thing I like to do, and in this case, because we are selling off the last of our kits, I also sell off the quilt. So for those of you that like the quilt, but you don't want to make it, I have a special price for you at $230. Normally it would be closer to about $350 for one that has this. The design on here, I'll switch this way. The design on here actually kind of rolls around this way. I can't remember the name of it, but it has a lot of movement. I don't know how much movement you can see. Oh, now my throat's going to get dry again. The back of the quilt is a pretty rainbow of color, because I didn't want to do white with white with white, and so I picked one that did have a white background, but it adds a rainbow of color to it. So your choice, you can either buy the kit tonight for a special of $64, or you can actually buy the finished quilt for $230. Either one, and of course there's only one quilt, but there is about 3, could be four kits. I know I counted them once, but sometimes there's always one tucked away somewhere. Okay, now just for a second, I have a new help tonight. So I need to make sure that we get our numbers changed correctly. All my regular help, I can't believe it. My brother is busy. Jeannie is gone. I had Christopher lined up, and he took off to go watch his oldest son run track. Or not track, cross country, excuse me, they're doing cross country. So he's gone. He took Pax with him. And then my backup crew is Talon, who's at football practice, Tinley, who's at volleyball practice. So Out of the kindness of his heart, my husband volunteered. Now his tech skills aren't as good as mine, and mine are pretty crappy. But I need to double check to make sure that he can get the numbers changed easily. I hope. So give me a half a second here to make sure so we can get our number for the quilt changed to what we're going to get started. And let me grab my first piece so we make sure we'll be on number 101. Okay, now backspace, 1 space, $sign, there. Okay, so now that part is set up, and then all you have to do is backspace and change the number. Okay, to keep it very simple for him and for me. Oh, can he spell better than the other guy? Not a whole lot. Both of them are weak in their spelling. I just thought he's always asking me to spell stuff for him, so thank goodness we don't have to have words tonight. We're just doing numbers. Oh, sure. I never thought of it, Gwen. That would be great. I will keep that in mind. Hey, Angie, glad you joined us. I'm always can use help. And we discovered after last week, you know, when my son Nicholas was here, that I said, I know by myself I'm always kind of boring, that I need somebody that'll talk to me. And of course, Nicholas did a great job. Pax does a wonderful job. Gwen, I know you'd be fantastic. Thanks, Angie. Yes. Is very capable to help me out. So what we're doing tonight, to keep it very simple, hopefully not get too many things confusing for him. Tonight is a last call. So everything after the kit, even though the kit has its special price, everything else that I'll be showing is $5. Either last call, last bits, yard each, $5 a yard, $5 for a piece, $5 for a pattern. So we kept it super, super simple. So I'm going to start with 501. And there is actually 1 1/3 in this particular piece. So for a 1 1/3, and this is $5. If it's not on my bolt, I thought I'm just going to keep it $5. Keep it simple. So $5 for this lovely piece. That's 1 1/3. So there's 1 1/3 here. Need to find a new home for these. They say they're tired of living with me. They're ready for a change. Okay, 502. Yes. 502. This one's 1 1/8. Once again, $5, 1 1/8. This is kind of a tone-on-tone light tan. It's got a little paisley print on it. So yeah, 502, 1 1/8. And as you can tell, these are all ones. I don't have any more. Once we can get rid of these, this stuff is all gone. 503, and there's 1 1/4 on this one. Nice piece, beautiful piece. 503.
Oops.
You got 50, you just need a 3.
I've got to get to that.
There you go. Beautiful. Thank you, dear. Oh, we lost a 0.
Yeah,
There we go.
we're losing stuff.
Okay, looks good. So that was 503. Okay, a nice orange. Get ready for Halloween. Number 504. 504. Kind of a nice burnt orange with a funny little design on there. There's a yard and 2/3. So there's a yard and 2/3 on this one. So 504. Okay, another great one, kind of a taupey looking color. 505. Another 1 2/3 yards. Number 1 2/3 yards. Number 505. Kind of got little circles. Great piece to put in any kind of guy quilt. Match up with some of your, you know, reminds me a little bit of dirt kind of a color. But that's 505. Now, fun children's print, 506. There's a yard and a 1/4 here for $5. We've got the alphabet on green. Cute little piece. 506. Nice, bright alphabet, almost primary crayon color box. Fun. A yard and a 1/4 on that particular piece. Okay, boy, this one, not much left. It was quite, I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised there was still something on the shelf. This is the only one I know, just realized it's going to mess him up. 507, but there's only 7/8 of a yard. So I have this one for $4. 7/8 of a yard. That's only 4.5 inches short of a yard. Then I have this particular one for $4. Oh, he's going to get it, so we'll wait a second so we can enjoy it. But this is that beautiful print. Can't remember. I know somebody has bought some of this, and I was, like I said, I was surprised we had any of it left. 7/8 of a yard. I'm pretty sure this is the only one that I have marked down because it was just less than a yard. But that was 507. Here's one that reminds me a little bit of some of the Civil War prints. I can't guarantee that's what it is, but this is 508. 508. It is $5. And there's a yard and an 1/8. So just 4 inches over a yard. So 40 inches. $5. Number 508 on this particular one. Brown, and the little colors inside are blue and red. So it's got a little bit of patriotic look to it. So if you need something that's a little bit neutral. So that was 508. Nice cream with a little bit of red and blue. Now another fun one for a child, another alphabet, 509. Hopefully I'll turn it so that you're reading the alphabet. I don't need to read it. Nice fun one, and there's a yard and an 1/8 on this particular one too. A yard and an 1/8 on this little alphabet. Great one to add to a children's quilt, especially a little boy. Either gender, but you know, sometimes we don't always see all this stuff for little boys as much as we can find for little girls. Okay, not too many, and then we'll switch to the bolts. Number 510. This is one I know I bought for a specific reason, used most of it up. It's a nice teal on the back, number 510. And there is a yard and 10 inches. Could have said a yard and a fourth, but a yard and 10 inches. So it's got kind of a dark teal. All of those little swirls are nice and dark teal. Okay. Gonna make sure I keep my numbers straight. Oh, another fun one. I had a gentleman that kept buying this piece to make, what was he making? Neck scarves for, or warmers, coolers, whatever you want to call them. Captain America. There's a yard and 10 inches on this particular one, number 511. Captain America. And $5. And there's a yard 11, or 10, excuse me, a yard and 10 inches. So nice fun piece. Another great one for little boys or not. Like I said, I had a gentleman buying it to do, I thought he said neck warmers and stuff, so. Okay. Oh, another great one for children. Number 512. There's a yard and a third. And we have signs, stop lights, railroad crossing, all kinds of fun little things. And I've got a net. There, I think I got him. There we go. Another fun one for kids with all the signs and the trucks and everything on there. And railroad crossing, what else was there? Stop, no U-turn, no parking. Just a great little one. There was a yard and a third on this particular one. A yard and a third. Okay, my last one that is a small piece. This one is another nice little one. It's got little squigglies and squares and fun, light, number 513, $5, and it is a yard and 6 inches. So a yard and a sixth. Another fun little one, just to add to a children's quilt. Some nice colors. The red is kind of a burnt red, little bit of lime, nice yellow, pretty blue, all kinds of nice colors in that particular one. A yard and 6 on that one. Now that is it for my pieces that I knew couldn't get to 2 yards. Now I'm going to another net, either that or the same one. Always fun to see all these little buggers. I was going to say I can hear something hollering at me. It might be my phone. Not sure. I have a pattern for you, so now I'm going to really mess up his numbers. Okay. This one is, I'm going to show a few patterns and then we'll go to some more yardage. What I did with the patterns, they're all $5. This is number 542. 542. And what I decided on the patterns, if you get your second one, it'll be $1 off. Your third one, $1 off. So $1 off for every one you order after your first one. So this one is a great one. The neat thing about this one, of course it came out for a specific line of fabric, but if you have a panel of some kind, that you want to use. This would be a great spot to use some of those panels that has 6 different characters or in it. And if it's not quite the right size, just add a little bit of border to it. But the layout for something that has a panel is really cute. So that's what this one is. And like I said, I know the yardage that they used in the picture is long gone. But it'd be a great one to set a design in. Something if you have a panel that has a whole bunch of flowers on it or a cute little character, that this would just be cute to substitute that in there, and then add your own fabrics to match it. So that is the first one, $5.42, $5. Show a couple other ones that you can use up some of your scrap fabrics for. Here's another one that's called Easy Street, and it uses a bunch of fat quarters, half yards, number 543. 543. Really kind of neat. It's talking about for a crib, 6 fat quarters, a lap of 12, or 6 half-yard cuts, 3 yards of background. But another real cute one, great one to use up your scraps, or to organize a, colorway. That's up to you. And let's see, $5.44. Here's another fun one. Why my back page is upside down. Half yards, it says on this particular one. So anyone that likes working with diamonds, it looks really pretty. I was going to say interesting. I'll show you on the back the picture that they have on the back. I think that one's a little more striking because of the contrast of it compared to the front one. Either way, really neat. You've got a nice diamond set similar to a square in the square, and then you finish off with piano keys. So very cute, very nice. And some of these I have a few patterns left, some of them not as many, so we'll see. But a great buy, like I said, for every one that you buy over your first one, you'll get an extra $1 off. Okay, Drunkard's Path. If anyone has done a Drunkard's Path, here's a great one. And she says she shows how to sew a curve. Optional. Showing you the option on how to sew a curve. I didn't look at this one closer to see if she actually had a well, she's got a curve in here and shows you how to do it. But I will tell you, she's talking about having the template, the Drunkard's Path template to go with this one. I didn't notice that before, but the neat part about this one is the layout. The layout on that one is different than our traditional Drunkard's Path, which is really neat. And it gives you a chance to practice sewing your curves. 545, the number that you got.
Well, that's what I put up.
Okay.
Figuring you were going in order here.
I am. I'm trying to stay in order. So 545 on that one. Okay, so I'll let you think about those patterns. I've got a few more that I'll show. We'll take a break from there. We'll start off with our yardage and see if I can get my, what did I do? Oh. Okay, for a second there I thought I messed up on the numbers. We're going to go back to our numbers. 514. 514. This is kind of in the purple family, a lot more red in it than blue. I know I have about 2 yards, I think, is left on this one, approximately 2 yards on 514. So it's kind of a little more modern type thing. $5 a yard, 514, $5 a yard. And like I said, there's approximately 2 yards left on that particular piece. So 515. Nice little flower again. Yeah, looks like about 2 yards left on that one too. So approximately 2 yards on this nice flower. Nice floral, nice green background. Almost looks like a olive with a pimento in the middle. And either the gnats back or I have another one. Why I've got so many gnats. Okay. Oh, a little left over from the Wizard of Oz. 516. And once again, it looks like about 2 yards. Not quite sure if I can get to the full 2, but about 2 yards, 516. And this is the great and powerful Oz from the Wizard of Oz. I have got buzzing, buzzing, buzzing. Oh. Hello. Yes. I told her I wasn't going to be there. I said I was busy. This is Thursday. I'm live, Sean. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay. Yep. No problem. Yep, bye. Okay. I wouldn't have answered that, but that was my daughter-in-law. And it turned out a friend was concerned that there was something wrong with me because she thought I was going to show up to something that I had told her that I couldn't make it because I was going to be here with you. And so when I didn't show up, she was concerned that something was wrong. So she called my daughter-in-law to find out what was wrong with me. And of course my daughter-in-law's calling, forgetting that I'm doing live because it's her son that packs, that Jilly helps me. So I apologize for that interruption, but I needed to let them know once again that no, I was not going to be there tonight, that I had a different commitment, and so it's all taken care of. But anyway, just kind of funny, but kind of nice. I never thought somebody would be worried because I didn't show up to something when I had already said that I was busy and wouldn't be there. So it's nice to know somebody was worried about me. I like that. 517. 517. $5, and once again, it feels like somewhere right around that 2 yards. There's a couple of the little folds. A nice gold. I think there's a little gold metallic in there. If you can see the little shine right through here and stuff. So yeah, so 517, nice leaf, little gold metallic, approximately 2 yards. Okay, 518. 518, nice leaf and almost looks like a dandelion with some of it blown away. And yeah, tried to pick everything that was getting really low so that we could get things moved around I have some nice flannels coming in and I need to make some space for them. So 518. Oh, Children's Road, 519. 519. Nice little road. Take it, open up and show a little more of the road. Fun. Put on a children's quilt to show off. And I know there's a little more than 2 yards. I was going to say, I'm not going to say 3, but generally at least 2 for sure, not 2.5. Great characters. Nice to make a little play mat on that they can drive on the road. I did that for a friend. Used it where I put just squares in the middle of the quilt, and then I took this and cut it as a border and put it all the way around the outside, so that it gave them a nice road to drive on. Okay, another little character one, kind of funky little characters, 520. It's kind of a nice orange background, but you see interesting characters. What do I got? A raccoon on a rocking horse. I see a lobster. Looks like Raggedy Ann is in there somewhere. Penguins. Fun. Just a fun batch of characters. Another great one for a children's quilt. And yeah, in that 2 yard. Might be smidgen more, but not a lot. Well, another character one. This one's on a nice yellow. 521. 521. A nice little sheep. And there's a rabbit. Another fun one for a child or a baby. So 521. Yeah, looks like I got quite a few little kid ones together here. 522. Now we're back to the alphabet with the little blocks. Remember the little wooden blocks that you played with, the alphabet on each side. This one's on a green. Colors are a little more pastel because it's more pink, light blue, lime green, a lavender. Very pretty. 522. And yeah, there's an extra fold in there, so it looks like around that 2 yard mark. Okay, I'm going to pause and show you 2 more patterns real quick. Keep my tech person working. 546. 546. Both these patterns are by the same person, same company. This one here is a row by row, and they're claiming it's easy to do, and actually it does look very easy, and it gets you exposed to a variety of your techniques. You'll have your flying geese. Let me see what we've got. Flying geese, 9 patch, a bow tie, probably a 4 patch, and then some rectangles all in rows, using 5 different coordinates, half yards, and about 1.5 yards for the what they call the spacers in there. But really kind of a nice pattern. 546 is this particular pattern. So that would look cute with some of the fabrics that we're selling. And the other one by the same gal, and this one I happen to do one. Very, very simple to do. In fact, I'll flip it over and show you exactly what the block looks like. So you're using 2.5 inch squares, number 547. This one is 547. 2.5 inch strips. Pretty sure somewhere I saw that. Either way, it'll work for that. So here's Here's the block. Get my finger down so you can see it. So your out 2 ones are like in the inner 2 ones. But you could still do it real scrappy, put real scrappy ones. So very, very simple. But it comes out so cute. I mean, sometimes that simple is some of the cutest of patterns. So that was 547. Like I said, these are included in that. If you order more than one, every one you order after that's $1 cheaper. Okay, we'll switch back to a little more yardage. Okay, 523. 523. There we go. Nice print, kind of a dark teal. Actually, it almost looks like a brown background on there. And there must have been a little more. There's another fold in there. Yeah, so there's just probably a hair over 2 yards. So we're looking at about 2 yards. Wow. That's a little expensive for patterns. I know the price of patterns are going up, Lucy, but so far mine are holding in right around that $10. Sometimes I get one that is 12. And I do have one purse bag I know is 22, but that's only because it comes with the wire stay that goes in the purse. But otherwise, 12 is about the most expensive I've seen. I need to take a look, see if I can find those that are 14 and 13 to see what makes them so valuable. It will be interesting. I'm actually leaning towards a lot more of the Villa Rosa patterns. They are very simple to work with, and most of them, and they are the ones on the little card. I think I had some last week, and they sell for $2. Those are really nice. So, oh, okay. I'll have to check Angie to double check, see what I have. Okay, how about 524? Excuse me, read my numbers right. 524, and again we're looking at really close to 2 yards. Really, really close. I'm with you, Lucy. To pay $14 for a pattern, I would have to use a pattern many times. And I generally don't do that. There's a few that I've used a couple different times. Yes, I agree with you, Gwen. I like the little card ones. The Villa Rose are the main ones I see. I'm kind of looking to see if I can find some more out there that do the small card ones. Well, if you don't quilt or do the quilting yourself on your tots, Lucy, you can send them to me, and we do all our quilting here in house. So move on. 525. 525. And this is a brown. It's got a little kind of a burnt red on it and a dark brown, and it feels like there's a little bit more. There might be 3 yards on this one. This one's kind of hard to tell. One side has a lot more folds than the other side, but definitely 2. And I'm not quite sure how much over that. Yeah. I was thinking it wasn't that long ago, Lucy, that I had a customer. She brought me in a quilt, one a month. She dropped one off and picked one up. And actually, I should say Angie does too. And Angie brings me, well, she's bringing me more than one a month. Since then, some of you ladies that are going through your scraps, 526, that are going through your scraps, you're getting a lot of quilts done. I'm just amazed at how many everybody is getting done. I feel like I'm falling behind. Nice leaf, brown on brown, 526. So nice 526. And when we do our in-house quilting, we charge 2 cents a square inch. And you can send us your batting or you can use ours in-house. So we try to stay competitive with that. You have, oh great, you have your own long arm. That's wonderful. So number 527, oh goodness, Hardy's on the ball, I'm behind. 527. Do you hand guide everything? Do you hand guide, Lucy? Or is it computerized? So 527. And yeah, about 2 yards on this one. Five to 8, little bitty leaf. I have, okay, something that I just thought of and I wasn't thinking before, and I know you're ordering very nicely. I'm assuming that when I see your number, you're talking about one, not all of it. Because these are being sold one at a time. Hand, not computerized. Okay, that's actually how I started, Lucy, was hand. But we started getting so busy I couldn't keep up, so we're computerized now. Yeah. So anyway, really nice one, 528. Okay, 529. Kind of a different shade of green, not quite olive, a little more yellow in it. 529, and I'll see if I can. There could be 2 yards there. It's folded up a couple times inside. 529. Five, 530. Kind of a tone on tone. Yeah. This one is actually called the Aged Muslin. Kind of a nice piece, and there is, yeah, there's at least 2 yards on there. Might be a little more. So 529. So some of these I'll probably, I'll do my best to fill. And if anything is smaller, let's say that there isn't quite 2 yards on there and 2 of you want it, one will probably get the full 1 yard, the other one will get a discount on whatever's left. And I'll let you know all that as we go through those. Okay, 531. 531. This one is a really dark, I want to say teal because it looks green, but it's got a little bit of blue in it. Actually, it shows up pretty good on my screen. 531. And I've got one. I don't think I'm going to get to 2 on this one. Okay, Lucy. I'll make note of that we can do that. Okay, 532. Nice piece. I'll move my tag to this side, and it looks like I have 2 yards on this one for sure. Yeah, and this one is a nice, in the green teal side and stuff. So very nice. Okay, before I get to the very end, I don't have too many left, but I have a couple more patterns I want to show you. And these were all written by Grunion. Can't think of her last name at the moment. And she still does a lot of different work. The neat thing about these is they're all done with 2.5 inch strips. And so they all have that name, strip, within them. So this one is number 548. 548. And it has it in 3 sizes, the crib, lap, and twin, made of strips. So one jelly roll will do the lap size, because you'll use 42. And it actually asks for 2 jelly rolls, a light and a dark. But once you know you can use up a lot of your scraps for that. So these are great. So these are all from Grunion. I think I pronounce her name. I don't slaughter it too bad. Actually, I met her a long time ago. This one is stripped down, number 549. Again, it's in 3 different sizes, using dark, medium, light. For the lap, you need a total of 64 strips. 64 2.5 inch strips. And as you can see, every one of these would look great, even just as a scrappy quilt. Okay, 550, 550, strip poker. This one, the lap size takes 37 strips. Oh, excuse me, she's got it written for 2 sizes. That's a 3.5 inch strip. It will take, what do I have? 66 strips if it's 2.5. So she has it written in 2 different sizes of strips on this one, a 2.5 or a 3.5, and 3 different sizes. So this is a great one. Another great one to use up some of your strips on. And that was 550. And this is my last pattern that I grabbed, also same designer, strip tees, 551. This one is 551, and 3 sizes, taking 3, 4, 5, 68 strips to do a lap. And she goes with the dark, medium, light. So you can use up a lot of scraps in it. Oh yeah, let me see. Some of them, you think some of them look hard? Let me see what that one is. Oh no, let's see. That one's not hard. You're doing, there you go. That little guy. Can you see that? So you've got a kind of a 4 patch in the middle, and then you put rectangles and squares around it to create that interesting block. Those are the ones that are fun when they look hard, but they are very simple to do. So that's the last of my patterns. We'll finish up with a few more bolts. Okay, we'll go back to their other numbers. 533. This one's number 533, a nice little stripe. And I've got, it looks like a good 2 yards, maybe a little more. So at least 2 yards. Yeah, of a nice blue stripe. This one is actually a reproduction one from, well, they say reproduction from the 30s or 40s, 534, number 534. And I think there looks like there's at least 2 yards left on this one. 534. Kind of a busy rectangle. Okay, Lucy, I think I did sell you some of this. It's been a little while. Oh, another fun one with flags. 535. This one feels like I've got a little more. It looks like I've got about 3 yards on this one. 535. Nice set of flags. This one I'm going to show you all 3 colors. This is the one I have the most of left of the flags. I also have it with the yellow background, number 536, 536. And this one looks like it's that 2 yard number is left, 536. And then I also have it in the green, and it looks like number 537, and around that 2 yards in the green. So 3 fun colors, all of them just about gone. Yeah. Okay. The white with the blue flowers. Okay. Yep. And whoops, I'm trying to say 49. Oh, that must have been in a pattern. Okay, can do, Lucy. I'll say that for you, because you're right, it looked pretty. Okay, 538. Now this one I know I've shown a couple times, and it just, all of a sudden I'm down to about nothing. 1, 2, maybe 2.5 yards left on this one. 538. Really nice. The great big flowers. This green one just, like I said, it just kind of went. Okay, 539. Cute little piece. This one, actually, I was looking at it and I was thinking leaves. Well, there is a leaf on there, but they're little pea pods on there. So if you need just something nice, soft, a real light yellow with the green little pea pods with a leaf on them. So 539. And there is definitely, yeah, might be close to 3 on this particular one. Yeah. Okay, and 540. If you need a field of grass, and there's not a lot left on this one, there might be 2 yards left on this one. So 540. Give you some grass if you're doing any kind of applique or any kind of scene picture and you need some grass. And here we go, my last one. I wasn't sure how quickly we'd get through all these. 541. Well, I was going to have to do the numbers myself. We might have been here for a couple hours. Nice stripe, not a lot left. I think there's 2 yards on there. So a nice stripe, 541. 541 on this lovely stripe. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have for you tonight. And hopefully some more stuff starts to come in. I'm expecting some new stuff anyway. Like I said, those that were watching and there's something that you would like, send me a notice via text. I will do my best to get back to everyone tomorrow. Hopefully it's not quite as hectic as it was last Friday and Saturday, which was wonderful, but things don't get done as timely as I would like. So with that, hopefully PAX is here. As a reminder to all of you or those that are watching, we do have our PAX's quilting chest. Got to remind you that those that have visited with me have the chat. They've already earned 1 ticket. Those that placed an order, they've earned a 2nd ticket. If you send me an order, you'll also earn a ticket. If you're texting me an order, you'll earn a ticket in the drawing for PAX's treasures. And we've had some great winners. Last week, I believe it was Quilting Grandma. I think hopefully she got her package, or she will shortly. Seems like the mail gets slower and slower all the time. So we got that going on. Oh, and before we close, there was one other thing that I kind of wanted your opinion on. So if you're still watching, text me or let me know your opinion. Because one of the ideas was Christopher has been working on me to do a live quilting show where I would answer questions, I would show techniques, and you could chat with me and ask me questions. So I'm kind of interested to see if any of you out there are interested in such a thing. And I'm not sure exactly when I'd set it up or everything, but it is something that we're talking about. He's been working on me, because there's that part of me that thinks, oh, I never know exactly what to talk about. But give me your feedback on the idea of creating just a live chat in which we can talk about quilting, discuss different techniques, different pattern ideas, whatever comes to mind. And I can show you how to use tools, how to work techniques, like the drunkard's path. If you're uncomfortable with curves, I can walk you through how to do a curve, and we can communicate back and forth in hopes that it would help you. And I'm always open for any kind of ideas, because I'm constantly learning. I figure you never know everything. It's always wonderful to know more. But give me your feedback on what you think of the idea of doing a more of a quilt-based educational type format. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight to you. We made it through the show. I do mix PAX when he's not here, but we survive. We do survive. So with that, good night, and I will see you next week. Give me your feedback on the live talk, and until next week, have a great week.